Strings in Python. A string is a sequence of characters, as you remember. And in Python you can create strings by enclosing characters in single quotes and double quotes. Let's add some examples to work with strings. We'll add a variable greeting in double quotes, hello, comma, world. And another variable will add name equals Alice. Now, we can do different string operations. For instance, we can find the length of a string using the len function. So let's add first off print function and another function which is length function. And let's measure greeting. Now let's run this file and see the result. And we'll get an output 13. So there are 13 symbols in this string, hello world. I'll add the command here, output 13. And we can add another command, length of a string. And one more, using len function to get the length of a string. Another string operation is indexing. Indexing can be used for individual characters in a string, and indexing starts with 0. We can refer to any character in a string by specifying it in square brackets. For example, if we want to print out the first index of a greeting string, of the variable containing a string, which is greeting, we can refer to it by adding square brackets and index number 0. And the output of this operation will be printing H letter. Let's run this code and take a look. And as you can see, it printed out the first index of this string, which is uppercase H. I'll minimize it for now. Let's try to refer to index 2, for example. I'll copy this and paste and change 0 to 2, and we'll also add this command. So let's take a look at the screen and find out which letter will it print out. This one index 0, this one index 1, and this one index 2. Let's run this code, and as you can see, we've got letter L here. And what happens if we refer to the screen name? So let's change it, the greeting for name. And for instance, we want to refer to -1 index. Let's erase output and take a look at the output of the third example with indexing. So it output E letter. Let's take a look at Alice. So it will print out the last character of the string, which is E. Now, the positive index represents the first character of the string, and negative in indexing start from -1, representing the last character of the string. And negative indexing is a convenient way to access characters from the end of a string without having to calculate the positive index manually. So let's add output E letter here. Another string operation is slicing. You can extract a substring from a string using slice. The syntax is string, square brackets, start, colon, end, colon, step. Let's take a look at some examples of slicing. For instance, let's print out greeting again. Now we add square brackets here, and we add this structure. We want to start from the first index, and we want to add to end with the 5th index. And the output for it will be, let's add it here. So what do you think the output would be? That'll take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 letters from the string, and that's exactly what we want. We want the letters from 0 to 5th. Let's run this code and take a look. And the output will be hello. So we want to slice from 0 to 5. Let's take a look at another example. For instance, we want to print name, and we want to print from 0 to 3. And let's make it from 1 to 3. Let's take a look at the variable itself. We want to print from 1, which is L. You remember that we start with 0, so L is the second element, and in Python language, it's the first element. So A is 0, L is 1. Oops. And we want to print from 1 to 3. So that'll be Li, correct? Let's copy the result here and take a look at the result when we run the command. And as you can see, we'll get Li here. Let's change it. And again, we can use reverse here. And an example for it is we'll use print again, and we'll use greeting variable, add square brackets, and such a structure, colon, colon, -1, for example. And we'll add this command. So what it does, the first column means that the start, this one, index is omitted. So it defaults to the beginning of the string, index 0. The second column means that the stop, this one, index is also omitted. So it defaults to the end of the string. And the -1 after the second column represents the step size. A negative step size means that the slicing should happen in reverse order, starting from the end of the string and moving towards the beginning. So let's take a look at the result. We'll run this command, and as you can see, we'll get the reversed hello world. I'll copy it and paste it here. Let's run the same command. I'll press Ctrl D to duplicate this line, remove the result, and for instance, we want to use the step size -2. Let's take a look, and we'll get each second letter in reversed order. I'll add the output here. Another operation with string is concatenation. You can concatenate or join two strings using the plus operator. Let's add another variable here, which is, for instance, full name, and it'll be Wonderland, and we'll add the first variable, which was name, with concatenation by adding plus character. Now we can print full name and take a look what we'll get. And we'll get Alice Wonderland, and we'll get it without a space between. To get the output Alice Wonderland with a space between two words, you either need to include a space character in one of the string, or use string concatenation with a space character separately. Like this, let me copy this line, and we can add a space here in quotes and another concatenation symbol here. Add the description to the variable as well, full name, space, and print full name space. Let's run this command. As you can see, the second example is Alice Wonderland with the space between words. We can also use repetition with strings. We can repeat a string using the asterisk operator. So I'll add with asterisk, concatenation with plus, asterisk in quotes as well, name, asterisk 3 times. And we'll print it out, the variable chant, and take a look at the result. We'll get Alice 3 times. That'll be a repetition operation with string. Let's set the result here, output Alice, Alice, Alice. And we'll add the result here, output, and the result here, Alice Wonderland with a space. There are also lots of different string methods. For instance, we can change all letters to the uppercase. So using string methods. For example, print greeting dot upper. That will change all letters to uppercase. Let's run this code, and we'll get the result of all letters uppercase. And we'll add the output here. The opposite is lower. So if we type print name, let's select name dot and choose lower. Add empty brackets here and try the code. We'll get the result Alice with all lowercase letters. Let's copy it and add the output command. Or another useful method is to change letters in the string. For instance, we want to change variable name, then use dot, and we want to replace L character, then we add comma here, and we replace L with, for instance, X character. Let's run this code, and we'll get the result when index 1, which was L letter, is replaced with X letter. I'll copy the result here as well, output, and we need to add hash here. Now let's save this file. For now, I guess we are done with this strings demonstration. So we'll save the file and go to commits, select the file, strings.py, and press commit and push. Here is the result. What will be done? The file 4.strings will be pushed to these directory files to Python Learned Lessons on GitHub. So I'll press push here, file committed with command initial, and we'll get the result pushed one commit to origin master.